At today's council hearing here in Jersey City, the council took up the issue of pay raises for directors. After some debate within the council, they ultimately decided to vote on amending the first ordinance reading to increase pay for directors to instead increase pay raises for council aides, with Council President Navarro saying that the council would aim to introduce a first reading to increase directors' pay in September.
The administration's making the argument that director salaries need to be in line and be competitive. I am aligned with that. I think there are some things raised here by the council at the caucus and in this meeting as well that we should probably go back to the drawing board. I'm committed to getting something on the agenda by the first meeting in September and to sit down with the business administrator and human resources to make sure that that something is put forward there. These amendments look like they're moving in the right direction, I think, on some of this stuff, but without having had kind of enough time to kind of review it, I think we'd like to take some more time that, as well as to see that other concerns may have been addressed as to whether or not salaries should vary depending on the position and the level of responsibilities. Personally, I don't know if I'm in agreement with that, Mr. Councilman Yun, but I'm willing to have conversations and further discussions about that kind of moving forward with the aim of getting something on in September, okay?
We interviewed Councilman James Solomon to get his reaction to the council's vote to amend the original first reading ordinance to increase directors' pay to increasing council aides' pay instead.
Sure. So, first of all, I think it's very, very important that we increase the council aide salaries. They make less than minimum wage, and that's unacceptable. We've made a city commitment to pay everyone $15 an hour, and that's what we're doing by increasing the council aide salaries. When it comes to the directors, we do want to be responsible and pay people what they're worth, but for me there were two real problems with the ordinance in front of us. The first is it's giving people raises who have been on the job less than 6 months. I don't think any business would do that. I don't think that's the right way to do it. Now, should we give people raises who have for 2-3 years performed really effectively for the city? Sure. The second problem I have with it is that basically it doesn't it's being done very quickly, right? So we received this ordinance at 9:55 and the meeting starts at 10, at least the draft of it. And we just need to spend significantly more time working with the administration to figure out if you're going to increase director salaries by this much, how are we affording that, right? Where's this money coming from? Because we can't just be spending money left and right. We have to actually be thinking about, okay, if we're going to put $200,000 annually in council aide salaries, what are we not spending that $200,000 on?
We also asked the councilman for his reaction to Business Administrator Bill Pratt's rejection of the council's proposition to separate the original ordinance into two separate ordinances, one for higher pay for council aides, the other for higher pay for directors.
By the
Brian Platt, the Business Administrator? Yeah.
I don't know. That's the administrations get to decide how they want to, give us their bills, but we're the legislative body, so if we want to change them and amend them, that's our job. And I think the council president was right on in separating the issues, right? We've got a set of city workers less than minimum wage. Let's address that first and foremost, and then let's have a longer, more thoughtful conversation around department directors and their salaries.
No residents spoke out on the issue since it was the first reading and the public portion of the meeting didn't occur until after the vote. Mark Busant reporting at Jersey City City Hall for Hudson County View, the eye of the community.